What's up, everyone, and welcome back or welcome. This is your first visit. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Matt. On this channel, I review brand new cars. Super excited today because this is 2027 Kia Seltos, something that I think changed the game for the subcompact SUV market. And today I'm at Gunther Kia in Fort Lauderdale, and I'll take you on a complete tour of it. We're going to check it out, see what's changed, take a look at the exterior, interior, push some buttons, turn some knobs. And of course, at the end of this video, I'll take you on a test drive. So if you enjoy watching videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give me a like, and now let's get back to this. So here's the newest generation Kia Seltos. It moved from the K2 to the K3 platform, which means that it is longer, wider, and it has more space in between the wheels, which should translate into more room for cargo, both and the passengers. We also have 3 engine options that are available. This is the base engine. We're going to come back and do the turbo one and then the hybrid once it comes out. But first, let's take a look and see what's going on the exterior of this 2027 Kia Seltos EX front-wheel drive. So the EX is the third trim from the bottom. We have the LX, S, and then the EX, kind of the middle of the line. I think it's going to be one of the most popular trims. This is a front-wheel drive. It is dressed in the Snow White Pearl color, which is a $445 option. Right in front, you can see that the front end has changed. Kind of looks like a mini Telluride almost. We have the vertical amber lights that are blinking right now. They serve as the daytime running lamps and turn signals. We have the reflective LED headlamps and this shiny front end grille. Right at the bottom, things change a little bit. We have this satin bottom portion of the grille in black, finished with the polished aluminum plastic trim. As you can see, you have the front parking sensors here. Kia logo right in front, and let's pop the hood open. Let's see what powers it up. And here on this EX trim, we have the base engine option, which is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine producing 147 horsepower, 132 pound-feet of torque. It has made it to a CVT transmission. This vehicle is front-wheel drive. In terms of gas mileage, you get about 30 combined. In terms of acceleration, the previous model did about 8.3 seconds 0 to 60, so that should be almost the same on this one. It hasn't been really tested yet, or the numbers haven't been released at least. So what else we have? We have the hood struts, so you don't have to put that prop stick on it. We have some sound insulation. We'll definitely check out the ride quality and driving dynamics at the end of this video. But before we do that, of course, let's talk about the dimensions. So we have the width of about 72 inches. On this particular one, the height is 63 inches. It would be a little bit taller if it had the roof rails. The total length grew to 174.4 inches, and the wheelbase has grown to 105.9, which is almost about 2.5 inches longer than the previous model. Let's take a look and see what we have in terms of wheels and tires. So I like this rims. I mean, they're definitely different. They have this triangle and shiny black in the middle, Kia logo. We have the 18-inch rims, and the size of the tires 215 by 55. We have this rather large cladding all around this vehicle, including at the bottom, broken up with this polished aluminum color trim. And in terms of the mirrors, we have the dual tone mirrors caps. So we have the black on top, white at the bottom. Turn signals that are built in here. We also have the blind spot assist. Everything around the windows have been blacked out, but it also has this cool trim that's going all the way at the very top, finishing all the way in the back. Now, before we get there, I also want to point out that we have this new flush-mounted door handles, and they actually hide inside the doors as the car is locked. When you press the unlock button once, they unlock, or you can separate them to unlock either the front or the back, and then you just pull on it like a regular door handle. What's also interesting that there's a keyhole right behind it, so in case you do lose power, you still have the ability to get inside of the vehicle. And you also see that the gas tank door is on the driver's side, 13.2 gallon capacity, about 50 liters if you're in any other part of the world. 30,550 in terms of gas mileage, 28 in the city, 33 highway. Now, it's important to mention that there are 2 other engine options that are available. So if you go for the top of the line, you get the 1.6 liter turbocharged four-cylinder engine, but 190 horsepower. And there's also a hybrid that is coming soon. I'll come back and review those separately as they become available. But let's take a look and see what's going on right here in the back. So you can see all different light setup at here. So the vertical light's kind of cool looking. We also have this a light that goes across the entire width of this vehicle, rear facing camera, Kia logo, and then right on top we have this nicely built-in third brake light, and the wiper is hidden nicely underneath this gate spoiler. Bottom off, and the bumper just kind of like on the other one is finished with this polished aluminum trim. And if you had a tow hitch and wanted to tow something, you can tow up to 2,000 pounds when properly equipped. So that's good enough for maybe a pair of jet skis or something. So this EX trim has a power lift gate. So you push the button, let it open up, and let's take a look and see how much room we have on the interior. And here Kia claims it has the largest cargo capacity in its class, 27.8 cubic feet of storage behind the rear seat, extending to 64.1 cubic feet. Underneath this floorboard, we have the temporary use spare tire. And this is pretty cool. Look at this. This is kind of this track system. If you want to attach something to it or tie maybe like a cargo net or something, with some cubbies underneath here as well. Now the seats fold down, and this is a 60-40 split. Let me jump inside this vehicle, see how much room I have in the back seat. And here it is, guys. I'm 6 feet tall. Let's check this out. I always kind of set my expectations low when I get into a subcompact SUV. So this seat is adjusted to my regular driving position. And check this out. Plenty of room in front of my knees, plenty of room above my head, and plenty of shoulder room. Now, if I wanted to recline the seat a little bit, I can, because they do just that. And definitely not a shortage of space right here in this back seat. Now let's see what's going on in the rest of this interior. So we have the hard plastic materials in the back. So I'm going to ding it for it, because that should be all softer areas. And now the only soft part is the armrest. We have the window control, more storage at the bottom, and the speaker. And if you look inside, I like the color of the seats. I like the materials. This is that man-made leather, the Syntax material. And then we have the lighter gray with the darker gray at the bottom. You can also open that console. You have your own cup holders in the back, and in the seat backs you have the USB Type-C chargers and your own vents for the rear passengers, which is not very common in the subcompact category. A little bit more storage, and you do have this tunnel because this vehicle is available front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive. So yeah, that's going to obstruct a little bit of that room in the back, so kids maybe in the middle seat only. As always, before we get inside, let's listen to the sound of the closing door. It is not bad. Let's take a look, see what's going on the interior here. See if they changed anything. Yeah, see, this is giving in. So this is the softer touch material. So is this. So that should be the same thing in the back, in my opinion. Now on this EX trim, you have the heated seats in the front, and then you have the window mirror lock controls, more storage here. And on the driver's side, you have the power seat with the four-way lumbar support. And by the way, the passenger seat has the manual adjustments. So the front seat's a little bit more bolstered, but they're still very nice and comfortable. Looking at the left-hand side of the steering wheel, you have the parking brake, you have the dimmer hill descent assist. You can hold to open that rear gate, and you can turn off your traction control. This is where you open the hood, and nothing special in the pedal box. Let me jump inside. I'll show the rest of this interior. We're going to continue the tour, checking out the sound of the closing door from the inside. All right, that's not bad. I also want to point out, I forgot, but this is this pretty cool looking trim on the side. This is more of that gunpowder metallic color. And here's the interior of this 2027 Kia Seltos. In terms of the dashboard, we have some softer touch material in here. That gray matches the lighter gray both on the side and the seats. We have the two large screens and this kind of squared off steering wheel that's squared off at the top, at the bottom. Kia logo right there in the middle. On the left-hand side, we have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist. We have the ability to change what's going on in the instrument cluster, which we'll go through in just a little bit. And then we have the different modes, which is the customizable button, as well as the start button down here. The ability to adjust the volume, phone pickup, and the voice control. Drive modes are right down here, so let's see what they are. And we only have two. normal and sport driving mode. In terms of other options in this digital instrument cluster, you can see you have the tire pressure, the current trip, and then the lane keep assist. So this is not the fully functional, fully digital instrument cluster as you see on some of the higher trims. I haven't checked out the Seltos, so I don't know if it has it, but that one also had like the blind spot assist, the video blind spot assist. This one doesn't have it. So right now, the only thing you see is that the lights are on 92 miles to empty, and we're in park. Left-hand side speedometer, right-hand side tachometer. Moving on to this middle screen, and that's basically your climate control. So you can see the temperature in here. Now, once you touch it, that's going to show you this in terms of adjustment, but you actually adjust the temperature down here at the bottom. So the fan control, temperature control, different modes for the vents that the air is coming out of. And then in terms of the infotainment system, another 12.3-inch screen. So right now we're in guest mode, phone projection. So you have the ability to connect Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, both wired or wirelessly. Your preference. If you are carrying something on top, there is a carrier mode that you can enable. You can turn that on, valet mode, and then vehicle diagnostics, service maintenance, online manual, and setup. Tons of options in here. You can set up those customizable buttons. You can set up your cluster display. Now, we can do the cluster selection linked to the drive mode. So that's going to change a little bit of the coloring just on this one in terms of what's changing in here. Content selections, you can select that here as well. And moving back, general, cluster, buttons, vehicle, sound, device connection. So plenty of customization for your vehicle. Going back to the home screen, if you want to change your mode, you can see that you have the FM, AM, Sirius XM. You can stream it through the Bluetooth. You also have the Amazon Music. And one important thing also is to put this vehicle in reverse to see how the rear view camera looks. And it looks actually pretty good. No complaints here. This is a fairly base model. So right there in the middle, you have the trajectory lines that move as I move the steering wheel. We also have the parking sensors. So see right here in the corner, I'm getting closer to something, and then this is picking that up right now as well. And now it's showing that I'm doing that on the side, on the other side as well. I'm going to put this in park so we don't roll anymore and continue with here, hazard lights, home map search, and media setup. If you're looking for the volume and power knob, this is right here. You can adjust it really easily. Down below, you have the 3 USB ports, 1 for data, 2 for charging. We have the wireless charging port. I like the shifter. Simple, nothing too crazy. Start stop button that's right next to it. Auto hold for your brakes. Parking sensors can be turned off or on. And we have the parking camera, so that turns on that rear view camera here. We have more storage and the cup holders here, and a tiny little bit more storage, 12-volt power outlet, and this middle console. Looking up on top, just a regular mirror, and then we have the LED lights here, as well as the ability to control them, SOS button, no sunroof. In the visors, we have the visors that are separate from illumination that you can turn on. And well, this is pretty much it. This is the interior of this 2027 Kia Seltos. Let's touch on the pricing and take it for a spin. And let's talk about pricing. Kia just published the pricing for the 2027 Seltos. So all of the pricing exclude $1,495 destination charge. And the Seltos starts with the LX front-wheel drive $24,990, S front-wheel drive $26,390, LX all-wheel drive $26,690, S all-wheel drive $28,090. EX front-wheel drive, which is this one, $28,390. We have the $455 white color and the set of floor mats. That's what's added to this vehicle. We have the X-Line S, $28,990. EX all-wheel drive, $30,090. Seltos X-Line SX, which is the only one that comes with a more powerful 1.6-liter turbocharged engine, $32,790 plus destination. I should be getting that one on the channel probably within the week or so. So if you'd like to see that, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn that little bell notification, ring bell, so you will see the notification as soon as the video comes out. The hybrids will not be out till late 2026 per Kia. Those are going to feature the hybrid engine, basically the same thing as a Niro and the e-all-wheel drive system, but we have to wait for that to be available. Let's take this one for a quick spin. And the first impressions, once you get into this vehicle, you feel how big it is for a subcompact SUV. I mean, we've had less room in the older, like CRVs or RAV4s or Sportages than you have in this new Seltos. So definitely an impressive as far as the roominess of it. I'm going to try to get this merge in traffic. And yeah, it's 147 horsepower. I mean, pretty much in line with its class. Now, I can't wait to get behind the wheel of this 1.6 liter turbo. I know it's going to be definitely more responsive, but this is not bad. It's pretty quiet too as you coast with it. But once you step on it, you can definitely hear that engine working. I'm curious what it is once we're going to completely stop and try to accelerate, if that's going to be any better. That CVT transmission, you know, well, people like it, some people hate it. You know, it's probably good for gas mileage, but not as much for performance or acceleration. But we're definitely going to try to check that out for you. And here is some open road right here. I'm gonna stop. Let's hit it. Oh wow, that makes a lot of noise and it barely goes, to be honest with you. I don't know if this is the particular one. Get it up to about 45 miles per hour. So yeah, it is definitely on the slower side, and I am in the sport mode. I just checked in with that. So, yep, definitely not the fastest thing on the street. Can't wait to check out both the hybrids and the 1.6 liter turbo, and hopefully those are going to be much better. In terms of roominess design, this is probably one of the best vehicles that I've sat in its class, so that definitely is something to consider. Not the fastest one, that's for sure, but again, you're not buying a small crossover to race, at least I hope not. And you know, if you are considering a subcompact SUV, definitely check out this Kia. It is a pretty cool vehicle. Okay, so if you are looking for a vehicle like this, don't forget to check out that Seltos. Really cool looking vehicle. If you don't need that extra power, that's definitely something to consider. It's not going to break your bank. It's got tons of standard features on it. I really can't wait to get behind the wheel of the 1.6 liter turbo. I think that's going to be the model to choose, at least for those of you who like a little bit more excitement with driving. But again, if you are looking in the segment, you know, the Toyota Corolla Cross, the Honda HR-V, Nissan Kicks, you know, all of them are going to be in the same category in terms of performance. You have to step up to like Mazda CX-30, the turbo one, to get a little bit more oomph out of that. And you know, those are all going to be in the very same category. So lots of choices, lots of options for anyone who's looking for a small SUV or a crossover. Tons of space, great design. Let me know what you think about it, guys. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.